Okay, let's consider this question. WASSCE June 2016 question 4, Nigeria. We are given a frequency table here. We have the scores 1 up to 6 and then the frequency 25, 30, X, 28, 40 and 32. And so the table shows the outcome of a die. The table shows the outcome when a die is thrown a number of times. If the probability of obtaining 3 is 0.225, A, how many times was the die thrown? And then B, calculate the probability that a trial chosen at random gives a score of an even number or a prime number. Okay, so let's look at the A. All right, we are given the probability of what? Obtaining 3. And the probability of obtaining 3 is 0.225. Okay, so you come to the frequency table and then you know the relative frequency is what? Okay, is the probability of the outcome here divided by what? Or the probability of the event 3 divided by what? Divided by the total frequency. Okay, and that will give us the 0.225. So we are going to take the frequency of the scores 3, which is X, and divide by the total frequency, and that will give us the probability of obtaining 3, which is 0.225. And we'll be able to solve for the value of what? The value of X. Okay. So the probability of obtaining 3, we know a score of 3, we are given as 0.225. Okay. And what is the total or what is the frequency of 3? The frequency of 3 is X, and then the total frequency, and that will give us what? So when you divide the frequency of 3, which is X, by the total frequency, that is why we are going to get the 0.225. So now let's find the total frequency. Okay, the total frequency. So the total frequency will be 25 plus 30 plus X plus 28 plus 40 plus 32. All right, so let me use the calculator and then we put all of them together. So 25 plus 30 plus 28 plus 40 plus 32. That will give us 155 plus X. Okay, 25 plus 30 plus 28 plus 40 plus 32 is 155 plus X. That is the total frequency. All right, and then the probability of the frequency of 3 is what? Is X. So it means that X divided by 155 plus X will be equal to what? 0.225. All right, so let me see if you can write the 0.225 as a fraction. As a fraction, that will give us 9 out of 40. So 0.225 is the same as 9 over 40. Okay, so the probability of the obtaining 3, which is 0.225, is the frequency of 3, which is X, divided by the total frequency, which is 155 plus X. So what do we do now? We can cross and multiply. Okay, so 40 is going to multiply X, and then 9 will multiply 155 plus X. So 40X is equal to, okay, so let's use the calculator and do our expansion. So 9 times 155 will give us 1395 plus 9X. Okay, so we are going to group like terms so that we have 40X minus 9X equal to 1395. And then what is 40X minus 9X? That is 31X equal to 1395. And we divide 1395 by 31. So 1395 divided by 31, we are going to get 45. So the X is what? It's 45. And the question asks us to what? To calculate how many times was the die thrown. Take notes, the number of times the die was thrown is equal to the total frequency. Because when you look at the scores, 1, here it means that 1 odd appears 25 times when the die was thrown. 2 showed up 30 times, 3 showed up S times, which is now 45. 4 showed up 28 times, and 5 showed up 40 times, and then 6 32 times. So if the question is asking how many times the die was thrown, then that corresponds to what? The total frequency. Because the total frequency gives us the number of times the die was thrown. Alright. Therefore, we conclude that the number of times the die was thrown is equal to 155, the total frequency, plus x. What is our x? We had 45. So 155 plus 45, and that will give us 200. Alright, so that means the die was thrown 200 times. Okay, 200 times. 200 times. B. Okay, so we are done with the A. We find the B. Calculate the probability that a trial chosen at random gives a score of an even number or a prime number. So we are going to find the probability that a trial, okay, chosen at random. If you want to choose a trial at random, what is the probability that it should be an even number or a prime number? So let's check the scores. What is an even number or a prime number? Okay, so 1 is what? 1 is not a prime number. Neither one is an even number. So 1 cannot be included. 1 is not a prime number. 1 is also not an even number. We want an even number or a prime number. 2 is an even number, yes. 3 is a prime number. 2 is the same time also a prime number. So 2 is an even number, it's also a prime number. 3 is what? 3 is a prime number. 4 is an even number. 5 is a prime number. 6 is an even number. Okay, so we realize that it's only one that is neither even nor prime. So the probability that a trial chosen at random gives a score of an even or a prime will take the total frequency of the prime or the even, which is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the frequency 30 plus x, the x is 45 plus 28 plus 40 plus 32. Then we divide by the total frequency. I believe that is clear. So that when you are choosing a trial at random, it will be that you either choose what? An even number or a prime number. And an even number or prime number can be 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. Alright. That is that. So the total outcomes, alright. Total outcomes of even or prime numbers. Alright, that's when the die was thrown. You had even or prime numbers. So 30 plus x is 45 plus 28 plus 40 plus 32. So let's put all of them together and then we will see what we are going to get. Okay, so we know that the total frequency was what? 200. All right, we had 200. So let's only one is not included. So 200 minus 25. So we just take the 20. So that will give us 175. It means that when you add all this, you are going to get 175. Therefore, probability of an even number or prime number is going to be 175 divided by 200. Alright, and what to do 175 over 200? That will be 7 out of 8. 7 over 8. Okay, let me write it here. 7 over 8. So probability of an even number or a prime number is 7 over 8. I believe that is clear. Make sure you subscribe, you like, and then share to a friend. Alright, so that the friend also share to a friend. Also go through our playlist. You have a lot of topics to help you with all your problems in maths. I'll see you once again. Bye bye.